Hey, shalom, shalom. All right, first and foremost, I want to give our praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Kwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out here pushing this truth and sincerity. The water for what y'all do, we love you. We appreciate you through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, shalom to y'all. It's your brother Dawud Dodd from the Great Millstone Camp in Atlanta. Lord willing to give you an edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right. Who the world ignorantly calls God. His name is Yahweh, meaning he is or he exists or he to be. Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His name is Yahweh Shai, meaning he is the Savior or he is the deliverer. All right. He saves, he delivers. If you're watching this now, you are a so-called Black, Native American, or Latino man or woman, then you are a Hebrew Israelite according to the Holy Bible. Israelite, all right? You will not find Black, Native American, or Latino in the Bible. So you need to know who you are according to the Bible, because of certain people in the Bible were given the promises of the glory, the kingdom, and the covenant and salvation. All right, so that's why it's important. Now, if you don't look like a so-called Black, Native American, or Latino, but you feel like this is the truth and it resonates with your spirit, there's a possibility that you could be a Hebrew Israelite and receive salvation as well, because it doesn't matter what you look like. It does not matter what color your skin is. We don't go by that, all right? It only matters that your bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We are not prejudiced towards race. We are not racist. We are not colorists. That's not who we are, all right? You have to go back to your nationality has to go back to Abraham, Isaac, or Jacob. Your bloodline has to go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob had his name later changed to Israel. Israel in the Hebrew is Yasharallah, meaning he is a prince of the power. All right. The only racism, because the word racism means to be for your people. We're just for our people, right? And I promise you, we're not prejudiced against the other nations just because they're not Hebrew or Israelites. It's the only fact that, hey, the Lord just didn't grant them the kingdom. They'll have their own, they'll have their own setups. They'll have their own lands and their own places to rule, in a sense. But they'll still be under us, And there's nothing prejudiced or racist about that. That's the way the Lord set it up. All right. Now, the only people on this earth that we hate because the Lord hate is Esau. Esau is in the Hebrew, Ashashua means wasted away is he, but his name is Edom as well, right? And that's a title, it's red. It means red, right? Because you're not, you so-called white people, you're red. And it's not even, we see so-called white people and say that that's Esau or that's Edom. We go by the spirit. You can tell whether or not, what I'm saying, depending on, how you act or how you receive this truth or, the way you behave and your characteristics of you, the ones that are in rulership and leadership right now. And, those are the ones we know that we deem to be Esau and be Edomites. You see, it's not just walking by and seeing regular white people and being like, no, because, you got Larry Bird, right? You got, Justin Timberlake, you got Robin Thicke, Adele, these types of people. Jake, man. They're Hebrew Israelites, man. They just have that skin complexion that makes them look like they're Edomites, but they're not. You see, what's that dude, man? You got the brothers, oh my love, my darling, Unchained Melody. They Hebrew Israelites, man. My man, what you won't do for love. You tried everything, but you won't give up. I forgot the dude's name, but yeah, man, they're the Hebrew Israelites, man. So we don't go around, talking crap. You got Eminem, These dudes are Hebrew Israelites, man. We don't care about the, what color your skin is or what you look like. But Esau does, though. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of you, who might be Hebrew Israelites, but you look white, you also care about color. You'll see a so-called black person and treat them unfairly due to their skin, due solely off the purpose of their skin. You see? So we're different from you. We don't do that to y'all. Y'all do that to us. Right? But we're gonna finish up 2 Samuel because we're actually at the last couple chapters here. So let's go ahead and do that. Remember, we're reading about our, we got prophecies coming. So Lord willing, I might just drop another video today. I'm pretty sure I will. Lord willing, I don't want to wrap this up, but we'll finish up this second Samuel so we can stay on topic. We're learning about our forefathers. We still have time here. Whether Lord willing, shoot, we'll be out of here pretty soon. We got the Passover coming up, so Lord willing, man, we'll be out of here, man. But in the meantime, we'll still we got read up on our heritage, because you still got people coming in that's still new. They might be come across these videos and hey, look, man, edification of our forefathers and the accounts. Some of the brothers are just saying past camp, hey man, we need to read up on these accounts. These accounts are important. The history, learning the history, and what I'm saying, all that stuff is important in this doctrine. So let's read it. It says David's last song. This is 2 Samuel 23 and verse 1. It says, now these be the last words of David, Dawadad in the Hebrew, meaning beloved. It says, David, the son of Jesse, said, and the man who was raised up on high, the anointed of the power of Jacob, and the sweet psalmist of Israel, said, the Spirit of the Lord spake by me, and his word was in my tongue. The God of Israel said, the rock of Israel spake to me. He that ruleth over men must be just, ruling in the fear of God, of Yahweh. It says, and which fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, right? As it says in Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7. It says, he shall be as the light of the morning, when the sun rises, even a morning without clouds, as the tender grass springing out of the earth by clear shining after rain. Although my house be not so with Yahweh, yet he hath made me an everlasting covenant, ordered in all things and sure. For this is all my salvation and all my desire. Although he make it not to grow, but the sons of Belial shall be all of them as thorns thrust away, because they cannot be taken with hands. But the man that shall touch them must be fenced with iron and the staff of a spear, and they shall be utterly burned with fire in the same place. These be the names of the mighty men whom David had, the Tachmonite that sat in the seat chief among the captains. The same was Adino the Eznite. He lifted up his spear against 800 whom he slew at one time. And after him was Eleazar, the son of Dodo, the Ahohite, one of the three mighty men with David, when they defied the Philistines that were there gathered together to battle, and the men of Israel were gone away. It says, he arose and smote the Philistines until his hand was weary, and his hand clave into the sword. And the Lord Yahweh Shah wrought a great victory that day, and the people turned after him only to spoil. And after him was Shammah, the son of Agi, the Herorite. And the Philistines were gathered together into a troop where was a piece of ground full of lentils, and the people fled from the Philistines. But he stood in the midst of the ground and defended it, and slew the Philistines, and the Lord wrought a great victory. And 3 of the 30 chief went down and came to David in the harvest time unto the cave of Adullam. And the troop of the Philistines pitched in the valley of Rephaim. And David was then in hold, and the garrison of the Philistines was then in Bethlehem. And David longed and said, oh, that one would give me drink of the water of the well of Bethlehem, which is by the gate. And the 3 mighty men brake through the host of the Philistines and drew water out of the well of Bethlehem that was by the gate, and took it and brought it to David. Nevertheless, he would not drink thereof, but poured it unto the Lord. Yeah. So these are things that our forefathers went through. We're just reading the accounts. It's not much like prophecy, anything to break down here. So let's just read along. It says, and he said, be it far from me, O Lord, that I should do this. Is not this in the blood of the men that went in jeopardy of their lives? Therefore he would not drink it. These things did these 3 mighty men. Yeah, men have these type of men. Look, man, we are nothing like these men. Lord willing, we are these same men coming back. But I'm talking about just as a nation, the type of standards and honor that these men had. That's far, far gone from our people these days, man. These men would covet your wives and your houses, that we have today. But hey, remember, we're under those curses that are read in Deuteronomy, you see? And that's what the issue is. We're under the curses. That's why, the man that was tender and delicate with you, he would seek after you in blood, man. Or he would look to rob you or look to, sleep with your woman or take, covet your things, you see? It says, and Abishai, the brother of Joab, the son of Zeruiah, was chief among three, and he lifted up his spear against 300 and slew them, and had the name among three, Slakin. Was he not most honorable of three? Therefore he was their captain. Howbeit, and he attained not unto the first three. And Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, the son of a valiant man of Kabzeel, who had done many acts, he slew 2 lion-like men of Moab. He went down also and slew a lion in the midst of the pit at the time of snow. And he slew an Egyptian, a goodly man, and the Egyptian had a spear in his hand, but he went down to him with a staff and plucked the spear out of the Egyptian's hand and slew him with his own spear. These things did Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, and had the name among 3 mighty men. He was more honorable than the 30, but he attained not the first 3. And David set him over his guard. Asahel, the brother of Joab, was one of the 30. Elhanan, the son of Dodo, the Bethlehemite, Shema the Herodite, Alika the Herodite, Helez the Paltite, Erod the son of Akesh the Tekoite, Abiezer the Anathothite, which these names, I ain't gonna lie, bro. There's some tongue twisters, man. It says Mabunai the Hushathite, Zalman the Ahohite. It says Maharai the Netophathite, Caleb the son of Baanah, a Netahathite, Attai the son of Ribai, out of Gibeah of the children of Benjamin, Benaiah the Perithonite, Hadai of the brook of Gaash, Abielbon the Arbathite, Asmaveth the Barhumite, and hey, look, man, it's good to. Hey, look, I'm gonna say this: it's good to know all of this. Shoot, and if you got even more time, shoot, go through these names and get the go hit the blue letter, and get the definition of these words. It might help you to remember, but this stuff is important. You might not think, but it's important. It says Eliahaba, the Sha'albonite. Because I remember, first reading this, I read Samuel a few times, but, you read these words and names, you do the best you can, and you just keep it going. But, it's actually best to really kind of study, too, all the names that, are different forefathers and, and whatnot. Eliahaba, the Sha'albonite, of the sons of Jonathan, Shema, the Herorite, Ahiam, the son of Sharar, the Herorite, Eliphalet, the son of Ahashbaz, the son of Ma'achathite, of the Ma'achathite, Eliam, the son of Ahithophel, the Gilonite, Ezrai, the Carmelite, Pa'arai, the Arbite, Egal, the son of Nathan, of Zobah, Benai, the Gadite, Zelek, the Ammonite, Zaharai, the Berethite, armor bearer to Joab, the son of Zeruiah, Era and Ethrite, Gerad and the Ithrite, Uriah the Hittite, 30 and 7 in all. And these were valiant men, man. So these were men that did a lot for our nation at that time. Esau got his statues and his memorials and all his names and stuff like that. Well, the Lord made them, It says their names are mentioned in the Bible, so it's important, bro. Extremely important. It says the census taken. 2 Samuel 24, verse 1. And again, the anger of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al was kindled against Israel, and he moved David against them to say, "Go number Israel and Judah," which you're not to do. So taking the census is demonic. It's wicked. That's what Esau does, which is why another thing, like, first of all, him taking the census is off, but then, because they go door to door, they always have like a survey. Hey, are you African American? Are you this? Are you that? Like, why does it matter, nigga? Taking the census, you know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out, where he can concentrate his demonic spells and his witchcraft and what certain areas of the parts of the country and whatnot. This nigga's a damn demon, man. But moreover, he's trying to chip everybody, right? Put that chip inside you, so you keep track of you. That's also a census to keep track of numbers of who's going in where and who's leaving and coming in. It's not your place. I mean, you can have knowledge of like the people in your kingdom, but you can't put no chips inside of them and try to keep track of them. You can't do that. That's wicked. He's trying to play the Most High. Don't worry about the number, nigga. Yeah, he's trying to be like the Most High. It says, the captain of the host, which was with him, go now through all the tribes of Israel and from Dan even to Beersheba, and number you the people, that I may know the number of the people. And Joab said unto the king, Now the Lord, thy power had add unto the people how many soever they be, an hundredfold, and that the eyes of my lord the king may see it. But why doth my lord the king delight in this thing? Notwithstanding the king's word, he prevailed against Joab and against the captains of the host. And Joab and the captains of the host went out from the presence of the king to number the people of Israel. And they passed over Jordan and pitched an aurora on the right side of the city that lieth in the midst of the river of Gad, towards Jazer. Then they came to Gilead, into the land of Tatim Hodish. Tatim Hadshai. Man, that's wow. Tatim Hadshai. It says, and they came to Danjan, and about to Zidon, and came to the stronghold of Tyre, and to all the cities of the Hivites, and of the Canaanites, and they went out to the south of Judah, even to Beersheba. So when they had gone through all the land, they came to Jerusalem at the end of 9 months and 20 days. And Joab gave up the number of the people unto the king, and there were in Israel 800,000 valiant men that Judah sword, and the men of Judah were 500,000 men. And David's heart smote him after that he had numbered the people. And David said unto the Lord, I have sinned greatly in that I have done. And now I beseech thee, O Lord, take away the iniquity of thy servant, for I have done it very foolishly. For when David was up in the morning, the word of the Lord came unto the prophet Gad, David's seer, saying, in that time we were called seers. We're prophets now, but they were prophets then too as well. It's just they were called seers, and we're still called seers. We're still seers because we're prophets, but we see. It said, go and say unto David, thus saith the Lord, I offer thee 3 things, choose thee one of them, that I may do unto thee. So Gad came to David and told him, and said unto him, shall 7 years of famine come unto thee in thy land, or wilt thou flee 3 months before thine enemy while they pursue thee, or that there be 3 days pestilence in thy land? Now advise and see what answer I shall return to him that sent me. And David said unto Gad, I am in a great strait. Let us fall now into the hand of the Lord, for his mercies are great, and let me not fall into the hand of man, such as pestilence sent. So the Lord sent a pestilence upon Israel in the morning, even in the time appointed, and there died of people of Dan even to Beersheba 70,000 men. Whew. So like the plague, just like the black plague, because David sinned. It says, and when the angel stretched out his hand upon Jerusalem to destroy it, the Lord repented him of the evil, and said unto the angel that destroyed the people, it is enough, stay now thine hand. And the angel of the Lord was by the threshing place of Aranah the Jebusite. And David spake unto the Lord when he saw the angel that smote the people, and said, Lo, I have sinned, and I have done wickedly, but these sheep what have they done? Let thine hand, I pray thee, be against me and against my father's house. David built an altar. It says, I mean, yeah, but you already did the deed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it says, and Gad came that day to David and said unto him, and I'm not speaking against our anointed. What I'm saying is just that, we tend to do things and then, think about the consequences after we've already done them. That's just how we do it. That's why I said we're reading these accounts, because the characteristics of our forefathers, we know either to follow or not to follow certain of them. But we're not perfect. We're going to sin. We're going to sin. This is how, It says, and Gad came that day to David and said unto him, go up, rear an altar unto the Lord in the threshing floor of Araunah, the Jebusite. And David, according to the saying of Gad, went up as the Lord commanded. And Araunah looked and saw the king of his servants coming on toward him. And Araunah went out and bowed himself for the king on his face upon the ground. And Araunah said, wherefore is my lord the king come to his servant? And David said, to buy the threshing floor of thee, to build an altar unto the Lord, that the plague may be stayed from the people. And Araunah said unto David, let my lord the king take and offer up what seemeth good unto him. Behold, here be oxen for burnt sacrifice, and threshing instruments, and other instruments of the oxen for wood. All these things did Araunah as a king give unto the king. And Araunah, I gotta make sure I say Araunah. I'm just gonna say let me see, Araunah. I can't. Araunah. Yeah, I know it.
Strong's H728. Aravna.
Araunah as a king to give all these things did Araunah as a king give unto the king. And Araunah said unto the king, the Lord thy power accept thee. And the king said to Araunah, nay, but I will surely buy it of thee at a price, neither will I offer burnt offerings unto the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, my God, of that which doth cost me nothing. So David bought the threshing floor and the oxen for 50 shekels of silver. And David built there an altar unto the Lord, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. So the Lord was entreated for the land, and the plague was stayed from Israel. All right, so that's that. That's 2 Samuel, 1st and 2 Samuel. So Kings is another one. It's going to continue on. So Lord willing, start Kings. Kings is a long one too. Because you got 1st and 2nd Kings, and you got Chronicles, but that's going into some deep history. So Lord willing, we'll go into that. Lord willing, is edified. I want to end it off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to apostles, elders, great most in that rule world. Peace and blessings.